But let's now talk about all of the cues that you should watch as we get into this very important trading session. We have Ekta, Nigel, as well as Surbi here to prep us up for this session. Guys, a very good morning to all of you. Ekta, let me come to you first. Yesterday was very interesting, right? We got that sudden energy boost in the last hour of trade. How's it looking this morning?
Thanks for that. Well, like you mentioned, the markets did stage a smart recovery in what was the last hour of trade. The Nifty managed to reclaim 19,600. Nifty gained around 61 odd points. We had the Nifty Bank which slipped and the mid-cap index which gained as well. So it was largely a mixed session, but a last hour recovery is what we saw. Now, in terms of the FIIs, they've bought after 9 consecutive sessions of selling, so that's definitely a positive. FIIs net bought around 644 odd crores, DIIs net sold close to around 600 odd crores. In terms of the US markets, that continues to be a concern because that did see a sharp correction in yesterday's trading session. So the global cues are a bit weak as of now. We do have the US CPI data for the month of July, which will be out today, along with the initial jobless claims as well. Asia is lower ahead of that inflation data. Crude has hit its highest level that we've seen since Jan of this year. And the gift Nifty is indicating that it's probably going to be a start in the red for us. Big cues today will be the RBI policy, so we will be waiting by for the commentary from the Reserve Bank of India as well. Weekly options, Nifty options expiry. And in terms of earnings, we have Hero Moto, Biocon, Alchem, Pidilite to watch out for. Well, the big cue overnight will definitely be the US CPI inflation data from the macro front. So that will be something that will be on our radar post-markets.
All right, Ekta, thanks a lot for laying out all of those cues for us. Today is clearly going to be a very important day with the RBI policy decision expected just hours from now. But Surbi is here to list out the entire list of stocks that we should watch for in today's trading session as well. And Surbi, some important results coming through.
That's right. So let's start with Tata Power first. Revenues are up 5% on a year-on-year basis. EBITDA was up nearly 75% and margins came in at 19.4%. Zee Entertainment, the revenues were up 8%. Margins came in at nearly 8% versus 14.5%. Additionally, NCLT Mumbai is going to pronounce an order related to the Zee-Sony merger case today. So that is expected. Max Financials, the total APE, that was up 10%. The VNB margins have expanded by 100 basis points. And also, Axis Bank board has approved infusion of 1,612 crores in Max Life through preferential allotment. IRCTC, the revenues were up 17%, EBITDA was up 7%, and margins came in at 34.2%. Bata, it was a weak set of results. Revenues were up 2%, margins came in at 25% versus close to 26%, and PAT was down 10%. PI Industries, it was a great set of results. Revenues were up 24%, EBITDA was up 35%, and margins came in at 24.5% versus 22% same time last year.
Okay, Surbi, thanks a lot for that entire list of stocks. We're going to watch for all of these. Finally, it's over to Nigel. Nigel, it looks like the start will definitely be weak, but take us through everything we should watch.
Well, it was a very good end to yesterday's trading session, but today we have two big events. One is the RBI policy meet and the CPI data as well. And I'll also be tracking the FI flows because they turned around yesterday after quite a few days. What do the FIs do in the F&O market? Well, they unbound some long positions, so they continue to remain net short, with close to around 55% of their positions on the short side. We had two strikes that were very, very active, the 19,500, 19,650 put. Well, they were fairly active in yesterday's trading session. But I'm looking at the highest open interest, and they come at two marks. One is the 19,500 put and the 19,800 call. Now, we are trading bang in the middle at around 19,650, which brings us to the levels. Well, we're reaching that 20 DMA, which is a crucial zone, and it's a crucial congestion zone. 19,650 to 19,700. The bears would like to defend this mark. But as we have seen numerous times in the last week or so, we go to around 19,450. And from there, we do see some bit of buying. Now, moving to the Nifty Bank, that's going to be the swing factor, right? We have the RBI policy meet today. So yesterday, we defended the 50 DMA. That's one level that you should be looking at on the downside. If that breaks, well, you hope that, there is some kind of support at around 44,300 odd, while resistance comes in at around that 45,200 odd. I think that plate has to be, interchanged out there. So let's see how it goes. For starters, though, we'll have the Nifty likely to open up a tinge in the red. Back to you.
Okay, Nigel, thanks a lot for bringing us all of those cues. With that, we do need to get into a short break now. But like I mentioned, all eyes are on the MPC's policy decision at 10 a.m. today. So we're going to bring you all of the expectations from our CNBC-TV18 poll on the other side. Stay tuned for that.